Yep, so, there's another house there. That's Graham's house, and they're both male staff houses, although Shirley and Dave just got married, so the other male goes into there, and Shirley and Dave live there now. And we've got a lot of single girls here. There's 4 main bedrooms. There's 6 bedrooms in there. That was the girls' dormitory, sorry, boys' dormitory, when it was an Aboriginal boarding school. And what we have made into the health centre was the girls' dormitory. But we've totally renovated that. And so you've got, the hill goes down like that. The health centre is a house like that. So that's, it's more like that. So our health centre's up there where we've got 5 rooms, and then down here's the laundry area, and then this is west. So even though it's down there, the western sun floods in, like you've got your western sun now.
So legally, you own all the housing and property, and they're working for their rent.
Yeah. And what that also means is, we account that in with their wages. So,
So things like fermentation, stuff like that, or a cheap pack, you just do if it's really necessary.
That's right. If someone has a problem, usually when we do the initial consultations, we have a chart where we write down, this person's got a sore ear, so try a onion poultice on them after their steam sauna before they go to bed. This person's got a infected toenail, so we'll do hot and colds on them and maybe a poultice overnight. This person's got plantar fasciitis, so they can have hot and colds morning and night. So usually in the initial consultation, the health director will write that down.
And who does the teas? Because you do everyday teas for the people.
We usually do teas through the lecture. So we've got 2 hours there, and after 1 hour there's a 5-minute break. But after half an hour, so at 9 o'clock, herb teas are served, because they're just starting to fall asleep sometimes. And then they have a half-hour break, and then at 10 o'clock the juice is served. So at every half hour something happens. So the 3 teas are ginger, lemongrass, peppermint. So before the lecture start, one staff member goes around person to person. We're going to serve a tea in half an hour, what would you like? And then we make up the big coffee pots, the glass percolators.
How much they drink?
Usually a cup.
A cup.
So we do 1 of ginger, 1 of peppermint. And we do that, we call 8 to 8:30 peak hour in the lodge, because it's collecting the juice has been served at 8, but it's collecting the glasses, rinsing them, putting them in the dishwasher, making the teas. Someone else goes around and gets the who wants what tea, because at 8:30 when the lecture starts, it's quiet. It's quiet in the health centre. And the staff will go and have their worship time, and then at 9 o'clock one staff member comes up and just pours the tea, because they've been already made, and the other couple of staff members go and start servicing the rooms.
And you've written their probiotics?
Yes, we give them at 6 o'clock in the morning. They have the lemon aloe water, and we also give them a little bit of probiotic and a bit of water.
What kind of probiotic?
We have a vegetarian probiotic powder that we buy.
You buy a probiotic powder? Nothing special, just any probiotic powder. And you put that with the juice?
No, we have it by itself in a little bit of water, and they throw that down, and then they drink their aloe water. And that's at 6:15. So they're woken at 6. At 6:15 they're given their aloe water, and then at 6:30 the exercise program begins.
Why probiotics? Why?
Because most people, we find, their gut flora is not what it should be for, you know, a whole lot of reasons.
Technical question. If there was a failure of power, are you sustaining yourself with energy?
We've got large solar panels, huge amount of solar panels. I don't know if Australia's still doing it, but the government was subsidising if you put solar on your house. So Michael took advantage of that. And we've got huge amount of solar panels, more than you'd fit on this roof here. And we do have a generator because we live out in the bush and sometimes the power goes. And when you've got a storm, often the power goes. We used to, oh, we've lost power. And in our homes, it's not a big deal, but in the health centre, you have to keep it comfortable and nice for the guests. So we have a couple of generators as backups. Yeah.
Do you have some versus time for the guests?
No, we don't. We find that the guests struggle. Some of the guests struggle with even us praying with the meal, so we go very lightly. We leave it up to the therapist whether they pray with their massage. And if they do, they always say to the guest, do you mind if I pray? When I used to do colonics, I always ask the guests. And even the atheists, they go, yes, please.
So the probiotic powder, you buy it in the bulk?
Yeah, we buy it in little containers because it has to be airtight, it can deteriorate. But we give them 1/4 teaspoon, so it lasts quite a while.
So you recommend them that they take it at home as well?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It depends if they've been on 3 courses of antibiotics. We would.
Well, everybody has stress.
Yeah.
From 7 p.m. Demo talk DVD. What?
We have a variety of DVDs we show at night. Game Changers. That's a really good one about the athletes that have gone vegan and having great results. Another one is Forks Over Knives. I think that's Dr. Colin Campbell's one. Health Matters. That's another one. We have one called Rooted, and that's about root canal fillings, the dangers of root canal fillings. And Quicksilver. I think we've got one called Quicksilver, and that's also on mercury and a little bit the root canal. So we have a variety, so that if we have someone there for 2 weeks, we might show slightly different from week to week. And usually one night, Marlena does a poultice demonstration.
They don't have any cooking demonstrations?
We do. Where we have the cooking demonstration, I don't know if it's there. We found that the guests really wanted them. So, and it's not officially on here. So it's usually Thursday at 2:15. So straight after lunch. So while they're down in the kitchen, we say there's a cooking demonstration, and what the cook will usually do, see, we have waffles on Friday morning. They'll demonstrate how to make the waffles. They might demonstrate how to do the pear cream, and they might demonstrate, we do like a granola with soaked dehydrated buckwheat, so they might show how to do that. So I've always maintained that it shouldn't be an extra work for the cook. It's something they're going to be doing anyway. So when I was working there, we used to do it Wednesday and Thursday afternoon, because Friday's very busy because the cooks are making extra food for Sabbath. So Friday doesn't really work with a cooking demo.
So do you give some notes with them?
Yeah, we have a cookbook that we give our guests that's got all the Misty Mountain recipes in it.
But not the notes what you were now when you talk or something like that.
No. Yes?
In regard to posture, with these exercises, what are you using there? Posture and core exercises.
Posture.
Posture.
Yeah. Oh yes, we used to call it Pilates, but someone got upset and they think, some people seem to think that Pilates is new age. So to keep everyone happy, we now call it posture and core exercise. So they're exercises on mats on the floor designed to strengthen the core muscles. And that goes for half an hour. And that works very well on the Monday, Tuesday, because Monday, Tuesday, when Howard's got them doing that, the staff can have lunch. And then after, you know, at 1:30, then the staff have finished lunch and Howard can go and have his lunch. And then on the eating days, they just do it half an hour before lunch.
The recipe book you're talking about, do you have it somewhere we can buy that?
I guess they have it somewhere on the computer.
What's the name of it?
Misty Mountain Cookbook. But we usually just give it to the guests, but it's possible. I suppose I could ask Michael if there's a way it could be sent to Bench. Yeah?
Just a question about the schedule. It's interesting. It goes from 4 p.m. and then back to 3:30 p.m. and then onwards to 4:15. But I guess that's only a way of saying that you do things in parallel.
But if you have a look, the people that are going down to the 3:30 steam bath, they will have their 4 o'clock juice when they get back from their steam bath.
That's what I was just.
Yeah, but the guys who have the 4:30 steam bath, they will have their juice, then go to their steam bath. Yeah.
So they have quite a bit of free time in the afternoon.
Yeah. And on the first evening when we do the induction lecture, we go over. We put the times down and show them what happens every day. So we have given them this, but we also show and then explain what GB is. It's green barley, and it's the best blood and tissue cleanser. The protein powder, on Tuesday when you hear the lecture on the liver, you'll find out why the protein powder is very important. So we go through what everything means, and then we say, if you don't have a treatment in those treatment times, that's your free time. So we say, what can you do in your free time? So then we have a list of a whole lot of things. They can go for a swim in the creek, they can go for a walk, they might access our library, which is quite extensive. We have tennis courts. So tennis courts are here, next to the shed, and they might play tennis. We've got a few rackets and a ball, and there's a basketball thing. We've also got some bikes, so if they want to go bike riding. So we list a whole lot of things that they can do. We've got jigsaws, we've got colouring in books, because you know that's quite popular in Australia, really intricate colouring in books. So we just give them a whole lot of things, because some people are worried. They say, what am I going to do? So we give them a whole lot of things. And we have a chapel, and in the chapel is a piano, and it's that's the health end of the chapel. Chapel is there, so it's right next to it, so they can go and play the piano, or we say, or if you'd like just a little place to be quiet and think, you can go and sit in the chapel. Yeah?
Your health lectures, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 in a week, is it right?
2 hours every day.
And you get through to the 8 laws of health, every day 2.
Yeah.
And then you have at the end of the week, Thursday and Friday, also consultations, and then you are looking on the results, what has happened.
Yeah. So what happens with the consultations is you sit with the person. I always note what was their reason for coming, and then address that in what you write up. And I know Graham has a template on his computer of a program, and what he'll do is he'll just adjust it a little bit, print that out and give that to them.
Are you taking some, for example, blood pressure and...
Oh, not usually, because again, the blood pressure doesn't change in the week.
Yeah.
Blood sugars, we leave that with the person who's a diabetic. If they want us to take their blood pressure, we will, but there's usually not much of a change in a week. But we have a blood pressure machine there if they want it.
And are you always taking this blood analysis, or is it in special cases?
No, Graham does it with everybody that comes in. Yes?
I guess people come for a week and stay for a week, but what about long-term diseases like cancer? Will you recommend them to come back, or are you waiting for them to say, okay, I want to come back in 4 weeks,
Yeah.
or come regularly?
Yeah, and it depends on many things. So what we do is we teach them what to do while they're here with us, and then they go home and implement it. And we always say if someone's serious, it's better that they stay the 2 weeks. And we usually do 2 weeks together, so there is the option of staying 2 weeks.
But do you also have possibilities of people coming just for a short stay, like a 1 day if they want to do a health colonic or something specific?
No, we don't. No, not usually.
No.
Now, if we're low, if we only have 3 guests, that's very difficult because the whole machinery has to start up for that many. And we have someone saying, can I just come for 2 days? Michael would probably say yes. But what we aim for is that we have people in the rooms for the whole 7 days. So even though I said no, there are exceptions to the rule. That I know my niece, she had a few seizures and she wanted to come and have a few treatments, so they came and stayed the night and did treatments 1 day and the next.
It's a bit like this course here, where we did the same thing and experienced the same thing, so we know the problem.
Are you having a form of check-up every morning and see how the person is developing that you are talking about it?
Well, we are in touch with them the whole time. Yeah.